Breanna Stewart's announcement about Caitlin Clark sent ripples through the basketball community, capturing attention in a way that only a few athletes in history can. The gravity of this moment wasn't just about what was said. It was about who said it, the timing and the stage on which it unfolded. Stewart, one of basketball's most formidable stars, addressing Clark, a young phenom known for her meteoric rise, created a perfect storm of intrigue and celebration. The event was less a passing remark and more a spotlight illuminating a shift in the basketball landscape. But before we proceed further, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. Breanna Stewart has long been a symbol of excellence, an athlete whose dedication to her craft is matched only by her ability to make the extraordinary seem routine. Caitlin Clark, meanwhile, is the fresh face of college basketball's future, a player who dominates the court with a sharp mix of confidence and skill. Clark's fearless style and knack for creating highlight reel moments had drawn comparisons to legends of the sport, but Stewart's words placed her on a different pedestal altogether. The announcement wasn't a mere nod. It was an acknowledgement of Clark's growing stature from someone whose opinion carries weight. The timing added layers to the moment, coming at a point when basketball fans were already buzzing with early-season drama and speculation. Stewart's words acted as a beacon. She wasn't just talking about potential or praising a young player for the sake of politeness. This was deliberate, a passing of the torch, or at least an acknowledgement that Clark was holding it tightly, ready to carry it into a new era. The announcement felt like Stewart saying, "The game is safe in your hands," without directly stating it. For Stewart, known for her composed demeanor, the move added an extra layer to her personality. She's not one for unnecessary theatrics, preferring instead to let her game speak volumes. That she took this moment to go on record about Clark made it feel even more significant. It wasn't about hyperbole or drumming up headlines. It was about recognizing the inevitable. Clark, for her part, has handled the spotlight with a mix of youthful exuberance and poise beyond her years. The way she conducts herself on and off the court suggests someone acutely aware of her role in the sport's future, but not overwhelmed by it. She plays with a kind of joy that is infectious, a quality that often makes her look like she's rewriting basketball's rulebook while having the time of her life. Stewart's announcement was less an introduction and more a stamp of approval, one that seemed to say, "We've all been watching, and we see you." The broader implications of this moment are hard to ignore. In a sport that thrives on narratives, this was a narrative-shaping event. Stewart's words carry an influence that extends beyond her own career. They shape how fans, analysts, and even players view the next generation. By singling out Clark, Stewart subtly redefined what success looks like for a young player stepping on the big stage. It's not just about points or wins. It's about commanding respect and pushing boundaries. What makes this announcement even more fascinating is the cultural significance behind it. Women's basketball has long been fighting for the recognition it deserves, and moments like these help bridge gaps. Stewart's acknowledgement of Clark transcends stats or accolades. It's about building a lineage, a continuous thread of excellence that binds generations of players. It reminds fans that the sport's future is bright, and that the present stars are not afraid to celebrate the rising ones. Stewart's humor shone through in the subtext of her delivery, a subtle wink to the audience. She doesn't have to spell things out. Her mannerisms and timing do the work. Watching Stewart talk about Clark was akin to watching a master painter admire an apprentice's early work. Not with envy or doubt, but with genuine admiration and a sprinkle of humor, as if to say, "I see a bit of myself in this kid, but wow, she's got her own flair." The moment also highlighted an unspoken camaraderie between athletes at different stages of their careers. Stewart, the established star, is paving the way for Clark to rise without hesitation or reservation. This isn't a rivalry, it's a celebration. There's something almost poetic about one of the game's most accomplished players acknowledging the brilliance of someone just beginning their ascent. It's a reminder that the sport is bigger than any one individual. Clark's reaction, though not yet public, can be imagined with ease. Knowing her style, she probably took it in stride, a small grin tugging at her lips before she focused on the next play or the next practice. That's who she is, a player who thrives on challenges and doesn't let praise distract her from the work ahead. Stewart's announcement wasn't a finish line. It was a green light, signaling Clark to keep pushing. For fans, this was the kind of drama that feels unscripted and authentic. Sports often get bogged down in stats and outcomes, but moments like these remind everyone why they fell in love with the game in the first place. It's not just about who wins or loses. It's about the connections, the stories, and the way one player can inspire another. Stewart's gesture also served as a call to action for the basketball community. It's a prompt for fans to pay closer attention to the game's rising stars and to appreciate the nuances of their journeys. Clark isn't just a name to watch. She's a symbol of the sport's evolution, a player who represents what happens when raw talent meets opportunity and effort. As the basketball season continues, the echoes of this announcement will undoubtedly linger. It's the kind of moment that gets referenced in pregame discussions and postgame analyses. Coaches might use it as a teaching point. Young players might pin it to their walls as motivation. Stewart's words carry a weight that will ripple through gymnasiums and arenas, shaping how the next generation of players sees itself. This event also underscores the importance of mentorship and recognition in sports. For all the talk about individual brilliance, basketball has always been about connections, between teammates, between rivals, and across generations. Stewart's announcement wasn't just about Clark. It was a nod to every young player dreaming of making their mark. It was a reminder that the path to greatness is lit by those who came before, and that true legends are never afraid to share the spotlight. The humor in this situation lies in its simplicity. Stewart didn't need to grandstand or orchestrate some elaborate announcement. Instead, she let her words land like a perfectly timed three-pointer, precise and impactful. It's the kind of humor that comes from confidence. Not the loud, boisterous kind, but the quiet assurance of someone who knows they're part of something bigger. As for Clark, this moment is likely just another chapter in what promises to be an extraordinary story. Her game is evolving rapidly, and Stewart's recognition is both a milestone and a motivator. It's not every day that a player gets singled out by someone of Stewart's caliber, but if anyone has shown they can handle that kind of attention, it's Caitlin Clark. In a way, this announcement felt less like news and more like a moment of clarity, the kind that makes you sit back and say, of course. Of course, Stewart would recognize Clark. Of course, Clark would earn that recognition. It's a testament to how seamlessly the two represent different eras of the sport while sharing a common thread of brilliance. In the end, what makes this event so compelling is its simplicity. It's not about theatrics or grandstanding. It's about one player seeing greatness in another and taking a moment to say so. That's the heart of sports: recognition, respect, and the unspoken bond between those who understand what it takes to be great. Breanna Stewart's words might fade into the background as the season progresses, but their impact will be felt for a long time. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more engaging content. We thrive on your feedback, so be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Until next time, keep discovering and stay tuned.